Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is
Messy.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Before we started recording, Jamie asked me, oh my God, you still have a sunburn on your nose. So life lesson, life hack, guys. If you have not been in the sun and forgot how sun works, like I have for 3.5 years, there's this little known product called sunscreen. And if you're going to sit out at your beach house, that sounds douchey and bougie. Yes, I have a beach house, but it's a tear down. Okay. So whatever.
We don't need to make excuses.
I know, but
you have earned this goddamn beach house.
I know, but I grew up poor. And so I'm embarrassed by things because people made me feel that way.
You shouldn't be embarrassed, but you're acknowledging that this is not a common thing.
Anyway, so I sat out at the beach house with my neighbor, and we talked from 12 in the afternoon till 7 o'clock at night. It was just like one of those conversations. And she really is like the most incredible person. Her name's Fran, and she's like a therapist, and she's just cool. And she goes to Burning Man, and she's like, but she's older, but she's just awesome. Like the kind of person that you can have a conversation with anyway. Yeah. My point is, I sat there for so long, and my friend came out from my house and goes, oh my God, you are so burnt. And I was like, how? It's not hot. Like, seriously, that's what I said. It's not that hot out. Let's just think about that. The sun is still out. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't hot. So my brain wasn't thinking about sunscreen. So anyway, I got really, really, really badly burned. And she said to put the sunscreen on. I said, why? Why now? Like, it doesn't matter at this point. So right. I've been peeling strips of my skin off of my nose, my forehead. Like if I go like this, I'm like, and I know you guys can't see it, but I'm going to give you the visual from Ali Sheedy in Breakfast Club. Okay. Scratching my forehead and just stuff flying off. That's what I've been doing.
People pay a lot. People pay thousands of dollars to have lasers do that to their faces.
Yeah,
to get
mine
those
just
peels
might
off.
Come with the skin cancer. So that's what we don't want.
No, it won't.
We don't want that. Cancer.
Okay. Well, lesson learned. We're going to put on some sunscreen.
Yes. Do we have a favorite sunscreen? Does anyone, Allison? I know you said something, but if you're
Super Goop.
Okay.
Super Goop. It's very, I like Super Goop because it goes on like so smooth and it doesn't leave you with that like thick white shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah, like last Saturday night. That's a blowjob joke. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, there's a lot of things you and I wanted to talk about today.
Yeah. Well, I like the mineral ones. I like those like Peter Thomas Roth. No. I like the Peter Thomas Roth mineral ones. Trying to get ads. That is just powder, but it also is kind of like a little bit of a foundation too. But it's in powder
with a little
form.
Coverage. That's nice.
Yeah, they're like 50 proof. No, that's vodka. Let me try to think of things.
SPF
I haven't had my chai yet because it's right here, and then mommy's gonna wake up.
Okay. Have a sip. But I want you to begin because there's something you wanted to talk about that I think is really important because as we have a podcast, obviously you're listening to it. And as Christina and I share the way that we do and the way that we have now engaged with an audience in such a beautiful way that we will continue to do because it's so much more than us. There are...
Get away from it. Sorry, my dog always drinks my David Rios chai.
Wow.
So I'm trying with that one good. Too. I know, but that's why I put, if you guys ever notice that next to my bed, my mug always has
a mask over it.
Yes. A COVID mask over it.
Well, that's handy. I'm glad they're coming in handy.
Yeah.
Well, what I was saying was that, comes with the sharing that we do, but also part of what comes also with being a celebrity is, people like to dissect what you say, and they try to, pull their own inferences of like what you're saying and what they like, and it's just it's unfortunate, and it's kind of being dealt with right now. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
I kind of do.
Let's do it.
It was brought to my attention that there was an article that came out that said Christina Applegate admits she's in relapse of her MS.
What a
I kind of want to be like, dudes, do your research. I have what is called remitting multiple sclerosis. It's in the name.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say I'm having a flare or it's a relapse, that could be a Monday. And on a Wednesday, I feel less shitty. Mm-hmm. But here's the deal. This is what I always say. You either feel shitty or you feel less shitty when you have MS, right?
Yeah.
There's never like, oh my God, I'm back to who I was before all this happened. No, for me, no, that's never going to happen in my entire life. I will never be the girl I was in 2020. I will never be that person again. And that's what I have to accept and what we have to accept. But it was like, it was a thing on an article. I was like, well, first of all, it makes me sound like a freaking heroin addict who like relapsed her heroin addiction. Sorry, no, to heroin addicts, I love you. I've never met a junkie I didn't like. I've always said it.
You love them. So you take them in. You love them.
I love them. I love them. But yeah, so literally my disease is called relapsing, remitting, multiple sclerosis. So let's just all think about that as we're listening.
Right.
So when I say things like this, and remitting doesn't mean recovered. It just means like it goes up and down, up and down. And there are many different forms of MS.
That's right.
Right. PPMS, right?
Primary progressive, secondary progressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a lot of what's great about this forum that we have, because a lot of people don't know about MS. I'm sure this writer probably didn't know much about it.
If you're a writer, you should kind of investigate. I think it's part of your job to research before you throw out words like that.
But it's also like, that's the type of shit that made me really nervous to talk about it in the first place, because I'm like, well, if you ever speak honestly about what you deal with and what you go through, people are just going to write you off or just assume that you're incapable of things. And that was my biggest fear, was that people like wouldn't hire me, I guess initially, but then on top of it, just, people wouldn't invite me to things. People wouldn't want me around.
I don't want to invite you to anything ever.
Damn it.
Because you smell.
No.
Just kidding.
I just put actually an oil on, and I'm not digging the smell that I'm inhaling.
Oh, I haven't showered for, I haven't showered. No, I got a call from Ed O'Neill today. And then we'll go back to, I'm sorry. I'm being Ed O'Neill right now. I love you, Eddie. He calls me at 8:00 this morning, and he's, he and I talk almost every day, and it's for like an hour, sometimes 2 hours. We're like besties, and which I've waited for, which we kind of talked. And he said, I read somewhere that you haven't showered for 3 days. But I was like,
where did he read it? He's so
it must have been the relapse article, because I didn't read the relapse article. And I said on our thing that I hadn't showered in 3 days. I was like, yeah, that's a good week, you guys. Like, that's a good week if I don't shower for 3 days, as opposed to 2 weeks. 2 weeks is kind of more my jam. Don't worry, guys. I clean the things.
She does.
And I've talked about this. I have a glass shower. So it's a whole thing. And if I'm alone in the house or something, which doesn't mean I'm alone. Also another thing.
Yep.
I have to have someone in my bedroom to make sure that if I fall through the glass, that someone takes.
Do you feel like unsteady when you shower, or at least when you close your eyes, right? That's when I feel unsteady, is when I close my eyes.
And immediately I go out for my handles. I have handles in there that I put. Do you have the suction handles? They're great. I love them. I have 2 of them in there, and I know where they are. They're on one side and the other side. And I grab for that handle and like stand. So
yeah. You know what I do? I spread my legs out really far when I close my eyes. It's like I feel like more balanced than
I plie. I kind of do that and plie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a little
Whenever
crouch.
you lose your balance, you start bending your knees a little bit, like thinking that it's going to keep. Oh my God. There's times where I'll catch myself and I'm like, I look like I'm taking a shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I'm just bending down, trying to like.
There's nothing like a naked person doing that pose. Just full butthole in your face. Okay. So what you were saying, and here's the thing though, I wanted to say to you, because I know that's why you didn't. And I think because you have spoken out, and people see how incredible you are at what you do and who you are, that there's so much more love and so much more coming your way. I really believe that. And I know that.
I appreciate you saying that. And what I was just going to say was, in that same episode that we put out, right, where they pulled this headline from, I received all of these texts, particularly from my baseball mamas. All of my baseball mamas listen to this podcast. So shout out to all of you. I love you all so much. I
don't know why I made that sound.
It sounded like a baseball mama sound. They all texted me individually saying, Jamie, if there's any way that I can help you whenever you're at the field or whenever you're with Bo, or we'll pick him up or we'll drop him off, like, we don't know when to offer help, because I guess I must have talked about it in the episode. And it was just so beautiful, because that's what I'm hoping other people can do with this, no matter what you're dealing with, is like, people worry so much, like we talked about, being a burden when you speak about what you're struggling with. But for me to just put that out and all of a sudden see these beautiful women reach out and be like, we've got you, like, ask us. I hope everyone can find a way to give themselves permission to do that, because while we can deal with the shitty things of people misinterpreting and trying to create headlines, there's also been a really beautiful, beautiful reaction to some of this.
Oh my God. Really, yeah. Well, as you know, and we know, Allison, our teammate, because it's just the three of us. This show is the three of us. We're going to have you on, Allison, and we're going to talk about all your little secrets.
She's making a face.
She's making a really funny face.
No,
like,
thank you.
No, you're not. She sends us, what's coming in, and the ones that are really like that really warm our hearts and make us cry. And it's like, okay, we have to remember that we're doing something that is doing something. And I'm not going to say making a difference. I'm not going to say changing the world. I'm saying we're doing something where people are feel seen and heard. And we love hearing your comments. So keep them coming. Don't think that we're not, please don't think we're not seeing them. We see everything, especially that one guy. Or one negative one, which makes me laugh.
Do we cuss a lot?
Yeah, it says, FYI, they cuss too much, and gave us like a half a star.
Brought down our rating.
It really did, guys. But we're okay with that. We actually have a disclaimer on the show that it is explicit. Not for everyone. E doesn't mean for everyone.
No.
So if you guys,
it means we nasty.
We nasty mouth girls.
We nasty.
Yeah, so keep them coming. We do read them, and we want to respond to them too.
Yes, and in the end of this episode, or towards the end of this episode, we are going to get to some of those, because we have, not to single any out that are more important or better than others, but there's some that we've read that we feel like would be important to share for other people. But before we do that, I know that maybe I don't know if you felt this like in your journey with MS, or maybe just in life in general, but, I find myself a lot of times when I'm in social situations having to make choices because of my disability. And meaning, like, when everybody goes to get up to go on the dance floor and I just choose to sit down and keep having conversation, when everybody, I don't know, when they do activities that are more physical, or they're going to go out one night, or after dinner, they're going to go out, and I decide to go home because I've turned into a homebody and that's what I like, and I do more. Sometimes I have to check with myself, because a lot of the decisions that I make are not because I prefer to be at home or prefer to just hang out or prefer it's because I can't or because it's too hard. And I've lived with this for so long that sometimes I get really confused about like who I am versus like who I've been forced to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I try not to sit and dwell too much on it, but there are moments where it gets a bit harder, you know, because if I think back to pre 20 years old, I was the most active, athletic, like if everyone was going to go play a sport, I was in it till the end. If everyone was going to go for a walk, I was the first one to, you know, be out in the street. If it, like that was me. That was my personality. That was my life. I just always wanted to be doing something and up and out. I was never home. Now I feel like I'm always home. And as much as I love that, and I've like associated, like I'm a homebody, we'd so much prefer to just like eat in and stay home. Like, I don't know if that would have been true if I didn't have this. And obviously there's nothing I can do to change it, but I'm wondering if you've ever felt like you have been forced to be a certain way because of circumstances as opposed to your choice, you know?
Well, what's funny is I was the kid who always wanted to be home. So I wanted we didn't call them play dates back then in the 70s, but if anyone wanted to hang out, I always wanted it to be at my house. And I would annoy my friends all the time because I'd be like, why don't we just do it at my house? Because I just wanted to be home. And not because it was a great, you know, as we've talked about, the 750 square foot row house that was just broken down and the rich kids made fun of when I was a kid and it made me feel horrible. It was because I just wanted to be, I just liked being home. I liked being in my bed. And it's so interesting that like now I'm back in my bed, you know, that's where I am. And because then once I started working, you know, we're always somewhere. I'm always getting up at 5 a.m, always somewhere. So there's kind of this weird gratitude I have. I mean, I like being home now because, well, I like being in my bed, but also I don't want to be in my bed. But once I do go out, I'm happy I've done it. But what I've done now is with everyone that I know who wants to do something with me and they know that it's not going to be a hike in the hills. That's not going to happen because I'm so not conditioned right now, which is a whole other subject because I haven't been moving. Like if I go up a hill, my heart starts beating really fast and I think I'm going to have a heart attack because my heart's just not that the muscle isn't there. I have no muscles in my legs, which I showed you. I look like Humpty Dumpty, like my little tiny weird legs and then my big menopausal belly. Anyway, I just say to people, I hope you give me the grace of canceling right before. So that if
I love when people cancel.
I love when people cancel. I'm like,
it's like
yes,
we become better friends.
Yeah, I appreciate them. But I always say, sure, if you want to go to lunch, just know, and you have to know this, and you can't be mad at me, that if right before you come to pick me up, if I say can't do it, you can't be mad. And so that's how I now it's my little
your disclaimer.
My disclaimer.
Which is fair. I mean, it's your reality.
If I'm like puking or I can't walk, you think I'm going to go out to a restaurant or go do anything? No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm the stubborn bitch that'll still go because I need
because you are
my
fucking hero. That's why.
There's a bit of stubbornness with me too, though.
Okay.
It is. It takes some strength, but it takes some stubbornness as well, I think, because I definitely will push myself past my limits. But, you know, I'll give you a perfect example. This past Friday, we went out to dinner with some friends and some girlfriends that were in town. And there was a great DJ and he was playing great music. And I left early because I was tired and I like didn't want to just sit on a couch and watch all my friends dance. And I was sad when I left because what I would have loved to do was dance all night with them. And I'm starting to feel, I can feel left out and like starting to feel disconnected from some of my friends because of it. And normally I would live in my head for a really long time about it and beat myself up and feel sad. But I ended up like, there's this app called Marco Polo where you can kind of send videos back and forth. Oh, it's fun. We should do it because you and I would love to do that.
Oh, I have heard about it. And then I was like, I probably won't know how to do it.
I'll teach you. It's fun. And me and two of my best friends have it. And I got on there in the morning and I told them both of that. And it made me feel better to like get it off my chest and be like, I don't want to live in my head. And I know you guys don't think this way, but like, I just felt like really disconnected. And I'm also not like drunk and I'm not like drinking because drinking really just never has mixed well with me, but especially with MS. And, it's like hard to hang with people that are like drinking when you're not.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, I think there's anytime anybody feels limited by anything, no matter what it is, you can feel really disconnected from people and have to make choices that maybe you wouldn't want to make. And that's why I just wanted to like mention that and talk about that because I can't imagine I'm the only one that feels this way. And it can be hard. It can be really hard.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're going to have a lot of people that do feel that way, even if they don't have MS.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's like, what is the, I know there's FOMO, but then there's like, what's the other one of, joy of missing out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably, I'm a JOMO.
Right. Sometimes I have JOMO. Like my husband would love to be home all the time. He hates people. He hates talking to people.
I think your husband and I should probably,
you really should hang out.
Let's swap.
We can switch. Yeah. So he's always like, we're always in line with each other. Cause anytime I'm like, I think I'm going to go home. He's like, oh, thank God. He never even wanted to leave the house. That's why I guess we are a perfect match. But yeah. But I proud of myself that I didn't live in my head and eat myself up about it. And I did talk to two people I felt really safe with, and they made me feel a lot better about it. And they both said to me, they're like, Jamie, whether we need a code word or a text, just being like, I feel stuck where I am. Come pick me up, literally stand me up and hold my hand, or I'm going to go home and I don't want to be the only one. Will you go home with me? They're like, ask us. Like, this kind of goes to what we were just talking about before at the beginning. Like, we don't know what you need until you ask us.
Right. And I was going to say, because you have that thing that you don't want to feel like people are stopping what they're doing to help you. Mm-hmm. Now, I, on the other hand, am like, yes, I'll take that thing from my feet. Yes, I'll go sit in the special box at the concert. Yes, I will take the special parking. Give it all to me, because I've pushed through so much shit in my life. I pushed through a broken foot on Broadway. I pushed through cancer and having to work, having both of my boobs taken off and going to work 3 weeks later. I've pushed through so much stuff. And this is the one thing I'm not going to push through. I'm sorry. I'm like, this is the deal. But I have to say, this conversation reminds me, I think the last time I went out, I mean, I have gone up to, I belong to a tennis club. So I know that's like, it's almost an oxymoron. Like the girl with MS belongs to a tennis club, but that's that thing we've talked about. Yeah, I have high hopes for tennis for me.
Yeah, I do too.
Maybe not running around, like Martina Navratilova, but anyway.
Beat bopping around.
But like, just hit it. Have someone just hit
volley.
The ball. It's but there's a beautiful restaurant there. So I have been there a few times lately, because they do charge you for food and beverage every quarter, whether or not you use it. Oh. Yeah. And it doesn't get rolled over. Like that money's gone.
Okay. So then we're going to get our food.
Yeah. We're going to go get our food. Like when you come here and we say like, let's order. No, we're just going to go there.
Great.
And eat the food. And it's good.
Should you and I just sit?
Shout out to my tennis club.
Should we sit on the tennis court and you can sit on one side and I'll sit on the other? We just keep trying to hit the ball to each other.
I think that's exactly what we're going to do.
Okay.
Support for Messy comes from Peloton. So when I had heard of Peloton bikes, when it was just bikes before it was dominating the whole exercise world, I was so excited, because I was boring myself to tears in my little home gym on my really old spin bike with my cassette tapes. Yes, kids, there are things called cassette tapes that my spin teacher had made, and I would give myself a class. And I found out that there was this incredible thing called Peloton, and you were part of like a community, and there were people talking to you, and you weren't alone. And I was like, this is so for me. And I remember getting on it the first time and losing my stuff. I met Robin Arzone, I met Cody Rigsby, I met Jessica King, and of course, the incomparable DJ John Michael, who makes every class to me that much more special. So it was like my everything, my obsession. And I had just I feel like I was trying to get rid of baby weight. And you know what happened? Bing, bang, boom. Healthier, had more energy, and got rid of some of that weight. So I'm obsessed with Peloton. And I'm even more obsessed with trying the tread because I have an old treadmill from probably 1845. And walking is really good for people with MS if we can. And I can't wait to do that because, again, I won't feel lonely. I'll feel like I have a friend. So get yourself moving with Peloton at onepeloton.com/running. That's Peloton at onepeloton.com/running. And again, mention us. Messy. Thanks. Support for Messy comes from Jenny Kane.
I am personally obsessed with Jenny Kane. I wore my cocoon sweater every day in the hospital. It was my comfort. It was my joy. I got compliments on it. It was soft. It was cozy. And with fall just around the corner, we are so thrilled that one of our favorite sponsors, Jenny Kane, is here. They are the experts in classic elevated wardrobe essentials, especially iconic super luxe sweaters like I was telling you about. Jenny Kane is a California brand through and through, but just makes getting dressed effortless. They have these amazing pants, the cocoon sweater I was talking to you about, which is just oversized, super soft, goes with everything.
Anytime. Wait, tell me more, Jamie.
It is just Cutter calls it a grandma sweater. It's just kind of oversized with the big buttons, and they come in all these chic neutral colors. There's another sweater I'm eyeing for.
That's the thing.
It's a thing. It's a thing. You could live in them, by the way, all year long, all seasons. There's also this great Cooper cardigan. It has this flattering silhouette. Like I was saying, it's a perfect layer for cool evenings. They've got the Flynn cashmere sweater, which is just a staple to your summer wardrobe. Just go check it out, guys. Jenny Kane is the bomb. Find your new uniform at jennykane.com. And our listeners, you're so lucky right now. We'll get 15% off your first order when you use code MESSY15 at checkout. That's 15% off your first order, JENNIKAYNE.com, promo code MESSY15. Let getting dressed be one less thing to worry about, guys. And by the way, they also have home things like pillows and furniture pieces. Just go have fun on their website. Get your 15% off. Promo code MESSY15, guys. Embrace your summer aesthetic with Jenny Kane.
The last time I was out, I have these amazing neighbors, walking distance from here, which now is a little harder for me to do. I think I did walk there. I did walk there, and they have a party every year on George Michael's birthday. It's something that they do. And since George Michael died, they've been doing it. And they invite, it's all, people in my neighborhood, and they have it in the garage. They've got a DJ, they've got food and drinks and everything. And it's hours of literally people singing and dancing to George Michael music. And when I got there, they immediately got me a chair. They got me a thing to put my feet up on. They were like, what do you need? Here's a water, blah, blah, blah. And I remember Freedom came on, and that's a danceable tune.
Oh yeah.
You got to get up and dance to Freedom. Yeah. And I got up and started dancing, and it was they all started coming from different rooms in the house to watch me. Is she going to fall? Was it? No, I'm sure they weren't thinking, is she going to fall? I think it was they were so excited that I got up, but I was probably dancing like a toddler that can't lift their feet off the ground. That little weird, when little,
that's how I dance. My feet don't move.
Yeah. Like a little chubby toddler who's just butt moves. I think that was pretty much the look, but I do appreciate you neighbors, George and Judy. I love you so much and love you with all my heart. And please don't not invite me again.
They're going
to the party.
When is his birthday? I'd like to come. Allison, when's his birthday? Will you look it up for us? I would like to come to this party.
But it gave me so much joy. What I'm saying too is it gave me so much joy to be out for a minute.
Of course.
Even if it was just little toddler dancing to Freedom.
Yeah. Look, I get up and dance every once in a while, but I do need to be better of taking the chair and taking the whatever. Cause I would say 90% of the time, like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh my God. It's so exhausting, Jamie. Just say yes. Give me the chair. Give me the handicap box at the concert. Yes. Thank you. I would like that.
I know.
We are different.
I know. I was just going to say, I don't like being different.
I know, but we're just different because of this one thing, not for anything else, not anything in our brain, our hearts, our
makes
minds.
Me want to cry. I know.
But we need pushing through, also can make us a little worse, not worse in the spectrum of progression.
No, we've talked about
worse
this.
Worse in symptoms. And then we fuck ourselves because we're pushing too hard. And I don't like, we've talked about Europe and, when I went last year with my husband and my bonus child, I call her, my beautiful, beautiful child, who's Martine's daughter, Marlon, and our daughter. And I came back down for
you were wrecked. Yeah.
Down for a month.
But we also talked about in another episode where I crashed and burned and finally gave myself rest for a couple of days and couldn't believe how well I felt after that. So there is it's figuring out that perfect balance, right? For anybody in life. Like we all just either do too much or too little. Sometimes it feels, it's like, we're all so hard on ourselves. I'm like in either way.
Right. And asking for something makes you feel like you're weak, like that you can't do it yourself. And that's always been my problem too. People
but it only feels that way
perfection,
when you do it.
Professionalism. Right. But yeah.
It doesn't look that way when somebody else does it. It just feels that way when you do it.
Right. And that's, our episode that aired quite some time ago because we do things out of order. So FY. But that's the thing of like being a burden, or like when I told my story about being on Married with Children and I was so sick. And, people don't know this about, people in our profession. We have to go to work.
Yeah.
We don't get sick days. You don't get paid sick days. You don't get paid whatever days. You don't get off. Like you have
to be in the hospital to not film.
Literally getting a limb removed. Knock on wood. But
literally.
My stylist always goes, literally. Ew, I just wanted to puke because I said my stylist.
Oh, she's so cool.
She's the best. I love you, Lindsay. And she kept texting me just a minute ago and I'm like, podcasting. She goes, that's like second time this week that I'm texting you and you're like podcasting. I said, yes, this is my job, chick.
I know. Look at us
go. What was I talking about? So so I'm on the couch, the famous couch, the Bundy couch.
Yeah.
With like 103 fever. And I said to the stage manager, can I please have some orange juice? And she says, you have legs. And that's like, that was it. That was emblazoned in my brain for my whole life until I was actually asked by a PA, can you please stop going to craft service to get your own coffee? Can I please get your coffee? Because you're actually like leaving set and they need you there.
And by the way, every time you leave set, somebody has to talk in a walkie and tell somebody else, like, where are you going? Like, Christina just left the set.
And I love that they're like, wait, what is it? They're 10-1. And you're like, do you really have to tell them? Can you really have to tell everyone who has a walkie-talkie that we're going to the bathroom?
It's so true. Oh my God. Why
don't worry, guys.
Go to the bathroom.
Christina's 10-1. And I sometimes go, make sure you tell them it's a big old shit. I'm taking a big old shit. And then everyone knows that I'm taking a big old shit.
Well, everybody poops.
Yes, they do. Oh, I was thinking, I went to the bathroom just about right before we started. Okay, here we go. I want to call it when I have my issues so that it's like our little like code words. Picking grapes when I have the issues.
Okay. I like that. Good visual.
Get out the gloves. My gloves
put on your search. Scrub in.
Yeah. So everyone knows my gloves are pink. So at least I'm keeping a little fashion, a little something, a little Barbie moment. And picking grapes. Oh, it makes me want to throw up just even saying it. Sorry. I wasn't picking grapes.
You're
so
not
that
the
everyone
only
knows
one.
I wasn't. Who picks grapes?
Yeah. Yeah. It
Can't make
sometimes
wine out of
happens.
those grapes. That's what you can't do.
Should we read some beautiful letters and comments from our listeners?
Yes, I'm going to have you do it.
I will. This is from Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. I have never in my 10 years of official diagnosis connected with people as much as I have with you two amazing women. You don't know me, and I only know you from being you and now your amazing podcast, but I was diagnosed in 2014 when you, Jamie-Lynn, told the world in 2016 you were the first famous person that I connected to because we were so close in age and I needed something more. I hadn't gotten out into the MS world of meeting others with MS. When Christina, you were on the Walk of Fame at your ceremony, wearing no shoes and holding on to others, you literally became my MS spirit person. Then seeing your nails, which I copied for an infusion appointment 3 months later. Her nails, by the way, said FUMS on them, and it was amazing.
Thank you to Vanessa, who did my nails, who always does my nails. Vanessa. Shout out to Vanessa.
Thank you, Vanessa. I am 44 years old and have some great days, but ma'am, when I have the bad days, they suck. I have no children, and it's my husband and I and our cats, and he is a rock star, but I sometimes feel like I cannot do everything he would want to do. You two speaking to this, coming out with this podcast, which is, by the way, the first podcast and only I have ever listened to, thank you, has made me realize I am not the only one living with this disease and who deals with this. I hate shoes. I hate walking alone. I break things a lot. I hate when my legs decide to suck at life, and I hate walking around my kitchen wondering what the fuck I was doing while I'm cooking dinner because I totally forgot I was cooking dinner. You two have made me see that this is real with others, and even my friends in my MS group sometimes don't admit to those things, whereas I don't give a fuck. I admit to it all.
Yes, girl, say fuck a lot.
Yeah. You two amazing women have helped me immensely realize, no, I do not need to be like everyone, and I need to set boundaries. Well, I needed that lesson clearly again.
Yeah, and I needed to hear that entire comment. Cheryl, right?
Yes, it's Cheryl.
Cheryl, you are golden, and you are our best friend. You are part of our best friend group now. And you being able to express how you're feeling and sharing that with us is what and why we're doing this whole thing. Because we're doing it. Jamie and I are doing this. This is our therapy. This is how I get off of our podcasts and feel better. Now I'm going to cry because I feel better.
So happy.
And then I get to see both of you because people don't know we can see each other when we're recording, and that's including our beautiful Allison. I feel better. I don't feel so alone in this.
Take your time. It is a very lonely existence. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. And that's why the two of us are here. And I'm proud of you, Cheryl. Thank you for sharing that with us, because that makes us feel not alone.
Also, is your husband a literal rock star, or is he just like a rock star in life?
Yeah, we need to follow up because Christina really likes rock stars as well.
Only if they don't have teeth. People don't know. My husband is a musician, and he doesn't have two of his front teeth, and hasn't since he was 20.
Oh,
so it's not like something that just happened. Yeah, he's punk rock. He's a punker.
He's a punker.
He's a punker.
Well, thank you, Cheryl, too.
Thank you, Cheryl, so much.
For saying, too, that you realize you don't need to be like everyone else and need to set boundaries, because even though I said that in our very first episode, here I am again needing that reminder. Because let me tell you, too, although I have like these long experience, the reminders are necessary because it's relapse remitting also with the emotions of all of this, not just the symptoms. You know, you're in and out of feeling like you got a hold on it and then feeling like it's taking you down. And that's life in general for everyone, no matter what your disease is, whether it's a physical disease, a mental disease, you know, whatever trauma in your life. So thank you.
Yeah,
for that
thank you. And I want to say to you about shoes, my sweet Cheryl, who's now our best friend. People will okay, this is going to be a roundabout answer to that. And I'm going to make a point. Although you guys know I never make a point and then I don't remember what I'm talking about. But yeah, like being in the kitchen and not knowing why you're cooking or whatever. The pain that I have in my feet and the sensation that shoes give me is unbelievably hard and painful. And then people will be like at home when I don't have to use a cane at home because I feel so safe in my own home. But everyone's like, oh my God, you're walking so well. And I want them to understand, yeah, I'm walking well, but I'm in excruciating pain. I've just gotten used to being in pain.
The feeling.
So if I'm having like, a quote unquote good day, it's still a bad day for me. That's my experience. And I don't want to put that on anyone. And I don't want people who are newly diagnosed or, whatever, saying that like everything is shit. I'm just saying like, I'm always in pain with my feet mostly. And then sometimes then it crawls up to my knees and that's kind of where it stops, except for my little chicken legs. Cause now they don't have muscles. So now they hurt. And I always think I'm going to like break a femur, like literally am in fear of breaking a femur every day because
we need to get some muscles on those.
We have to, because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But anyway, shoes, people don't understand. Yes, I went to my Hollywood Walk of Fame star ceremony, the thing that I have wanted since I was like 3 years old, since I was standing in line waiting to go see the first Star Wars as a little kid. And the line was around the corner and I was standing with my mom looking at these things. And I said, I want one of these. And I didn't even know if I was going to be an actor. I didn't know what was going on, whatever that year was. Allison, look it up, please.
You felt it.
I was like, I don't know who these people are, but they must have done either something really good or something really wrong. So I didn't know which it was, but I wanted that so badly. Of all the things, like people are like, I want to have an Academy Award. I want to have this. I was like, nope, just star on Walk of Fame. I'm good with just star on Walk of Fame. Yeah. And that day we tried to put my shoes on and it was my first appearance since being sick.
I know.
This sick. And I said to Lindsay, I literally said to Lindsay, I can't put shoes on. And she goes, fuck it, dude. Don't.
I love her.
Fuck it. And I said, she goes, but it's gross down there. I said, come on, please. Like I care about piss and I don't care about any of those things. I'll walk around anywhere. Give it to me.
Same.
Give it to me.
Let's just be in our bare feet. I'm barefoot all the time unless I leave my house.
Yeah. I love the smell of the subway. I love the urine smell.
Oh, that's right. You said that.
Yeah, I know. I'm weird.
I can't get on board with that.
Okay, but okay. Oh, well, then maybe we can't be friends anymore. Okay. But I didn't care. I don't care. It's my feet. I'll clean them. But
but you showed up the way that you needed to. You should have been as comfortable as you needed to be at your fucking star ceremony. Can you imagine?
She always, No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, if you had to be uncomfortable, good for you. You went to your star ceremony in the way that you needed to.
That was it.
You're still a star.
And it was also, to another episode. I don't know if you guys have heard it yet, whatever. I had at that point was at the height of my journey with my weight.
Yeah.
And had gone through 20 hours of steroid infusions and all the things that had happened to me. And I was so freaked out, you guys. And at first she said, I have to say this too. She said, can you please take your Fitbit off? I said, no, I'm not taking my Fitbit off. It's not for walking. It was for heart rate. And when I was sitting there before they brought me up, my heart rate went to 150 sitting. Wow. I was so flipped out that I kept looking at it. So if there's any footage of me sitting there next to my husband and my child and my beautiful bonus child, Marlon, I keep looking at my Fitbit and I kept saying to Martine, I'm going to have a heart attack. Like, I'm going to have a heart attack. And he was holding my hand and he goes, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. And he kept putting his arm around me and going, you're okay. You're okay. And I said, no, I'm going to die. I said, wouldn't that be amazing? And this is what I'm talking about, what other people are talking, like Katie and Dave and Linda and Liz. And I said, wouldn't that be ironic? Like, I just die here today on my star. Like,
I don't mean to laugh.
No, it's funny. Come on. I speak in funny.
That's what I was going to say. It's just you and your delivery. It's just always perfectly funny.
Splayed across Hollywood Boulevard in front of Marshall's. That's where my star is. If you guys want to look at it or poop on it, I don't even care what you do. Splayed.
What a way to go.
And so now when she dresses me, she's like, "You're keeping it on, aren't you?" And I said, "Oh yeah, no, I'm keeping it on because I need to know what my heart rate is because I do get that freaked out."
Yeah. We're going to work on all this. On all this.
That's my all that. Are we
Yeah.
All right. That was my story. Support for messy comes from Element.
I feel like everybody talks about electrolytes, I hope, and understanding the need for them. And electrolyte deficiency or an imbalance can cause the things that we're all feeling all the time, like headaches, cramps, fatigue, brain fog, weakness. My favorite electrolytes on the market are Element. It is a zero sugar electrolyte drink mix born from the growing body of research revealing that optimal health outcomes occur at sodium levels 2 to 3 times government recommendations. So each stick pack delivers a meaningful dose of electrolytes free of sugar, artificial colors, or other dodgy ingredients. And it's formulated for anyone on a mission to restore their health, like us, through hydration. And it is perfectly suited for athletes, folks who are fasting, even if you're on a keto, low carb, whole food, paleo, whatever it is, everyday people. And it's so easy. They come in these little individual packs. You throw them in your purse, throw them in your bottle of water, shake it up. They have incredible flavors, by the way. Ones for everyone. My kids love them. I throw them in their waters before school. Electrolytes are a game changer. So get your free Element sample pack with any purchase at drinkelement.com/messy. Also, try the new Element Sparkling, a bold 16-ounce can of sparkling electrolyte water. Yum. Try Element today, totally risk-free. And if you don't like it, we'll refund your order. No questions asked. Again, for your free Element sample pack, go to drinkelement.com/messy. That is drinkelement.com/messy.
Support for messy comes from ZocDoc.
Some things in life just are a crapshoot, Trying a new type of milk in your coffee.
Like pooping,
cheap Instagram ad buys, mixing it up with a new takeout spot. Something you shouldn't be a crapshoot? Your doctors. And with ZocDoc, it will not be.
No, girl.
Because you have got more options than you know, you guys. We've talked about ZocDoc, right? It's this free app and website where you can search and compare high quality, in-network doctors. You choose the right one for your needs, and you will click to instantly book an appointment. You're not waiting for weeks. You're not waiting on hold with annoying music. Do you know what I mean? There's more than 100,000.
Sometimes the music is nice.
Well, then put on music while you use this app or this website.
Okay, fine.
Because they have more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every type of specialty. So from mental health to dental health to eye care to skin care. You can filter your doctors, again, who takes your insurance, who's located closest to you, who's a good fit. Plus, like we said, ZocDoc appointments can actually happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. Sometimes you can even score same day appointments. You guys, so stop putting off those doctor's appointments. They're really important. Take care of yourself. Go to ZocDoc.com/messy to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That is ZocDoc.com/messy. ZocDoc.com/messy. Going back to a little bit of what you were saying earlier, though, of like you have been pushing through for your entire life, through so much trauma, through so much shit, not sharing anything that's what's going on, holding yourself together, showing up despite the pain and discomfort and heartbreak you were going through. I'm sometimes like wonder if MS was the thing that finally you were able to just be like, fuck it. I need help. I can't do this anymore. Do you ever think about that?
You know what I think about? And this was just recently, and I think it's through our talks because I was in the place of, I'm never going to find like a grace with this, and as we've talked about, and I'm never going to be okay with it. And I'm never going to be whatever. There is no accepting it. I don't think
this like gave you a voice. Like,
well,
this gave you some power.
And I do this thing. People can't see.
She's crossing your fingers.
I cross my fingers so that I don't forget what I wanted to say, so I can let someone else finish what they're trying to say. And then I
just cut me off.
No, it's not that. I do it with everybody, like sitting here in my house, and Sadie does it too. And when she interrupts, and we've been doing that forever. It's like, just know that I'm going to get to what you're saying, or you're going to get to what I'm saying, or whatever. Anyway.
Right.
Just recently, I had this thought, that I am not tied to anyone else's expectations of me anymore. That in interviews, well, first of all, being an actress has been my identity and has ruled my whole life, because I have not stopped working since I was 1970, whatever. But I was always someone else's agenda, right? So you're promoting a movie, you're promoting a TV show, and you have to respect the show, respect the production. You have to play nice. You've got to be good girl. You're representing them. You are you are the face of what they're doing. And so for so long, like I did Jimmy Kimmel, right? I came out in my Converse and jeans and sat on the chair cross-legged. And would I have done that 3 years ago when I was promoting Dead to Me? No, well, first of all, I wasn't like this, but no, I was all in a pretty dress and crossed my legs like a lady and didn't cuss or didn't say, I was representing someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And so the freedom of representing myself right now.
Yeah.
And representing the people that are going through this, and not even just going through whatever, like candid, and I don't care. And I don't have to worry about pissing someone off somewhere.
And I am so happy that you are seeing that, because I have seen it since day one of recording this, since we sat down for that Good Morning America interview. And I truly felt it. And I said it in the interview, because I was like sitting there and it was like really hitting me. I'm like, I am getting a front row seat to this woman just fucking owning it all. And I'm just so happy for her and privileged for her. I hate what you're going through and what's the catalyst for this. But I have to believe, for the both of us, until maybe you can get there, that there is a gift in this for you.
I think that's kind of the only one. The rest of it fucking sucks. But I think that I do feel like I can just be myself. And I realize huge. Like I'm an asshole.
The last thing I'd ever call you.
No, but these are the things I think about myself, because I'm like, can you just not with your whatever? Like, I don't care what, I don't know with other people. Like, I'm just like, stop it. I don't know. See, then I'm like,
you're not, I don't fake. Know. You're real.
No,
you're real.
There isn't.
And that,
oh wait, that there is. I was going to say there isn't a fake thing on me.
Nope.
My boobs. Well, because I had cancer.
Yeah. That's what
I had the cancer.
You had the cancer.
I had the cans. They don't move. They're like rock hard, gross, and they're like doing weird things. So for all my cancer sisters, after this many years, like we are supposed to replace them. Like 2008, like I'm overdue to replace them. But then there's like the whole thing of like MS people going under, and So I'm scared
What
about
is that?
that.
Is it
I don't
bad
know.
to go under general when you have MS?
My neuro says no, but then every other doctor that I have is like, ooh, we don't know if you should be going under. So I don't know, maybe something we should research and talk about and find the truth about. But I'm supposed to take them out and revise them. Sadie thinks I should get real big ones.
Ooh.
It's my daughter talking about
I
my
like that
boobs.
for you.
No, but they're like sliding. So I'm telling my cancy girls, like after this a long time, they get a little funkadil.
Yeah.
A little funkadil.
All right.
Like they're almost going underneath my armpit. Or is that just fat? I don't know.
No. Well, you know, I'm on call if you need me. We'll come recover with you.
What
to sit with you.
Oh no, that's not a bad surgery at all. Like replace?
It's not?
No, replacing? No.
It's easy?
Well, that's bing bang boom. I was back to work in a week when I took my expanders out, which the cancer girls know about expanders. You have to wear expanders for a certain amount of time because what they do is they take the muscles off of your ribs to put the implant under, and it hurts so fucking bad. And expanders weigh like it's like a big man sitting on your chest 24/7, and you have to keep expanding them, obviously in the name. You go back and you expand until the muscle literally tears away from your rib. And then they take the expander out and then put the implant in, which weighs literally nothing.
Yeah.
So living like for months with the expanders in, that was like the worst.
Months?
And yeah, months until because they have to do it very slowly. And I didn't want big ones. I just wanted my same size, which were teeny perfect little bees, my little, whatever they were. And once I got those out and put the new ones in, I was like, bitch, let's go. I was like, oh my God, let's do things. Let's go running.
Yeah.
So it's apparently, that was my experience. That doesn't mean that is fact. Just that.
No, but thank you for sharing.
But the expanders, the girls that are listening, they know that is like hell.
I didn't know about that.
I had a friend who had an expanders for a year. Oh my God. I said, I don't know how you did that. Like there's metal pieces in it.
Obviously for a reason. I mean,
well, she had cancer.
So they couldn't put the implant in?
No, because she had to go through chemo.
I see.
Yeah. So her experience was a little different, but yeah. So it was yeah. So anyway, I don't know where I went. Why did I go there?
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll bring us back. We're going to have another question now.
So
thank you for sharing all that. But yes, it is giving you your power and your voice. I'm going to end it there because you're not going to argue with me. Ready?
Nope. Got it.
I am sending this message in regards to the Messy podcast. This is from Jacqueline. I just wanted to share that I am a therapist working with clients who have various chronic illnesses. I have been working with one young woman with MS, and we have been trying to address setting healthy boundaries. We were making very little progress until she found, this made me cry.
I know, I cried when I read this one.
She found this podcast. It really reinforced the idea that it is okay to set boundaries and to not be okay. I am so grateful to Christina and Jamie. I can't see because I have tears in my eyes for sending this message. It is more helpful than they could ever know. I don't know if they will ever hear of this email, but I wanted to put it out there. I'm a big fan so far, and we'll be recommending this to my patients. More shows of this caliber are desperately needed. Ooh.
Do we know a name?
Her
for this one?
Jacqueline the therapist.
Jacqueline the therapist.
Jacqueline, first of all, thank you for the work that you do. Dealing with people or working with people that have chronic illness. It's, I don't have to tell you or anybody listening to this or anyone that's alive that it's just very difficult. And thank you for taking the time to send that to us, because these are the types of messages that clearly touch us so deeply, give us the strength and the encouragement to keep doing this. And I hope that your patient continues and other patients continue to feel seen and heard through our words. And I'm so moved by that. Thank you so much for sending this to us.
Yeah. Thank you, Jacqueline. When I read this, I think it was today, right? And I was floored because most of the comments we're getting are from people that are either dealing with MS or just life stuff, but to hear from you and see, now I'm going to see, I can't say the words, that maybe this is a tool, maybe we're not trying to save the world. And you guys, like, we're not trying to, we're saving ourselves together as friends. And it's so nice that you feel that way and that we affected something in some way.
Yeah. Perfectly said.
I'm not putting a harp on for myself, and for us, my big harp, I always do. Like,
play that harp, baby. Play that harp.
Play the harp, but no,
Allison, play a harp in the background for this. Well, we love you and we love all of you. And we are so grateful for you and your support of us. And we're here for you.
This is from a woman named Julie who had listened to the podcast with my kid, Sadie, and it meant a lot to me. So if you guys would indulge me, I would like to read it. From Julie. I just wanted to say thank you for creating this podcast and having a space for real conversations about life. I was diagnosed with MS last year, hospitalized on October 31st, Halloween. I'll never forget the doctor's face when he told me the results of my MRI. Ugh, Julie, yeah, we've all been there. It's a real hard conversation. Anyway, back to Julie. Needless to say, my life changed that day. I mainly wanted to come here to thank Sadie as well for sharing her story. I listened to that episode about 2 weeks ago and was crying in the car as she spoke because she reminded me of my daughter so much. I have an 11-year-old daughter. She struggles with anxiety and ADHD. She has been telling me about these strange symptoms of being dizzy and lightheaded all the time. I listened to her, but I honestly didn't take it seriously. Historically, with her anxiety, she would often think something was wrong with her with the slightest symptom, so I kind of wrote it off. I did too, buddy. After listening to Sadie's story, I immediately contacted our doctor's office and luckily got her in that week, which is a miracle in itself. She wasn't able to see her regular doctor, but I feel like it was fate that the doctor she saw that day was familiar with POTS. They did some testing, and sure enough, my daughter likely has POTS. The doctor we saw does not officially diagnose POTS, so we have some future appointments scheduled and we'll do further testing to confirm diagnosis. Regardless, it was such a relief to have some answers. It makes so much sense looking back. I feel bad that I didn't take this seriously any sooner. Me too, girl. Sadie's story literally changed our lives for the better. My daughter feels seen and heard. We are on track to get her the care she needs. I can't thank you enough for what this podcast has done for us. Please thank Sadie for her strength and vulnerability. You are all changing lives for the better through these conversations. Wishing you all the best, Julie. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Because this is exactly why we're doing this.
Yep.
And, I told my kid about this letter and, she's 13, so she's like an asshole, but at the same time, I know she feels proud. So thank you so much.
How, and we said it then, but I think she'll take that with her. I think her initiating wanting to come on, her bravery to come on, and you being the mom that you are, that has clearly shepherded into this really awesome young woman, and like the way she was able to just so honestly share and then see the result of her honesty, it's going to set her up big time. I think that's really awesome. Shall I pull a card?
Sure.
All changes, even the most longed for, have their melancholy. For what we leave behind us is a part of ourselves. We must die to one life before we can enter another.
Fuck that card. That card is making me cry.
But it's true.
Yeah. That's it.
Left.
Can you read it again? Can you read it again, please?
Yep.
So that we really, for anyone listening and also for myself, I want it to land really hard.
Okay. I'm going to do my best card voice.
I love your card voice.
Thank you. All changes, even the most longed for, have their melancholy. For what we leave behind us is a part of ourselves. We must die to one life before we can enter another.
Okay.
Here we are. We're doing that. We are entering into our new lives as we accept our circumstances and trust our circumstances and lean on each other through this transition. That's what I am here for you, Christina. I love you with my whole heart, and I will never abandon you in this transition and in this life. And you hope you know that.
No, I
And
love that
anyone
more
out
than
there,
anything.
we are here for you guys through it all. And we love you, and it's why we're doing it.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
So it is.
And so it is. This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windisch.
If you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening. I just want to let you know I am a paid spokesperson for Novartis, but this podcast is independent from my collaboration with Novartis.